Talking about Jasmine Richardson, who killed her entire family under the influence of a werewolf when she was only 12 years old. I'll let that sink in a sec. Okay, let's get into the story. This takes place in Canada. And in 2005, when she was only 11 years old, Jasmine meets a 23-year-old man called Jeremy. They met at a punk rock show and they immediately hit it off and they started seeing each other. Jeremy was a part of the goth lifestyle, so she joined the moment they started seeing each other. The group she joined was called the Vampire Freaks. Jasmine actually had a pretty normal upbringing. Nothing really went wrong. Her parents were normal. But Jeremy, on the other hand, not quite. He actually had an alcoholic mother who let her partners abuse him, and he was also heavily bullied in school. At age 13, Jeremy took on a persona that he was a 300-year-old werewolf, and he wore a vial of blood around his neck. When Jasmine's parents found out about this relationship, they immediately put a ban on it, which infuriated both Jasmine and Jeremy because they were in love and they were angry. So what do you do when you're in love and you're angry? What's the only option? Well, apparently, it's murder. According to the police statements, Jasmine was first to mention murdering her family. Jeremy also posted on social media about how they deserved to die for separating them. Fun fact, Jasmine actually told her friends she was gonna kill her parents, but they thought she was joking. She was like, ugh, I'm gonna kill my parent. And her friends were probably like, ugh, don't we all? She was like, no, Jessica, I actually want to kill my parents. So over email, they made the plan. The whole plan to massacre Jasmine's entire family. I can't get over that Jessica was only 12 when this happened. That's insane. But her and Jeremy thought through it all, and they picked a day. And that day, unfortunately, was the 23rd of April, 2006. Unfortunately, I've run out of time, but if you want to hear about what happens next and the court case and the police investigation, stick around for part 2. Welcome to part 2 of the Jasmine Richardson case. So Jasmine, who was only 12 years old, and her boyfriend, who was 23 years old, they've come up with a plan to kill her parents, to punish them for keeping them apart. So on April 23rd, they perform their plan. Tragically, Mark and Deborah Richardson, alongside their 8-year-old son, were killed. I'm not going to go into detail about how you can research that on your own, but it was brutal. When police eventually found the bodies, they realized that Jasmine wasn't there. And they didn't suspect her at all. They actually thought she had been kidnapped. So the police put out an Amber Alert. The police said, and I quote, "It wasn't even in the realm of possibility that she was accused. She wasn't a suspect. They were just worried about her." That's until they went into her bedroom and they found all the evidence they needed. They found all the conversations between them, planning in detail how they were going to kill her parents. Jasmine and Jeremy were actually hiding together, so the police eventually tracked them down and arrested them both. Jasmine actually pleaded not guilty. She basically said that it was all hypothetical and that she was coerced by her werewolf boyfriend. Imagine being the jury being like, did she just say werewolf? It also came out that Jeremy killed both the parents, while Jasmine went upstairs and killed her little brother. With all of this evidence, the jury found her guilty. She was the youngest girl in Canada to ever be convicted of murder. Because Jasmine was only a minor, she only got 6 years with 4 years of supervision afterwards. But Jeremy, on the other hand, he got found guilty for all 3 counts of murder. So he got life in prison with no chance of parole. It was said that they exchanged letters when he was in prison. Neither of them ever showed any remorse. According to sources, Jasmine has been released and she has been rehabilitated. Unfortunately, I don't really have time to go into her life now, but if you guys want, I can do more research and make another video about where she's at now, if there is any information. You have to wonder though, like, if she's out there and she's rehabilitated, I can't imagine the guilt she must feel. Or maybe there's no guilt at all. Who knows? And that is the story, guys, on the Richardson family massacre. genuinely really sad story.